Yo, what's going on everybody, it's your boy Akayo and I'm back again this time to give you another One Piece video, and in today's video I am going to be discussing how strong do I think Zoro is going to be after Wano. Previously I did this on Luffy and I did say that I'd like to do more videos like this, and of course Zoro is the next person to do. So how strong do I think Zoro is going to be? Well, currently at the moment he hasn't really had any major fights apart from the likes of Pika back on Dressrosa. Obviously he fought Hody Jones, Monet, but they're not really the type of characters that I would associate on a really high level. And what I mean by high level, I'm talking about in terms of raw power and strength. Okay, yeah, they might have like a fancy title, but to be fair, Monet was just a spy. Hody Jones was just Hody Jones. He wasn't really that much of a threat, to be honest. He was pretty easy to take out. I mean, Luffy dealt with him easily until he took the pills. But still, you know, it was a pretty good fight. And obviously he fought Hyozu on Fishman Island as well. Pretty easy fight. So, yeah, people like that, I don't really want to class on like a top tier level. Pika, okay, yeah, but still Zoro pretty much dealt with him with ease anyway. It wasn't really that much of a, oh my god, Zoro's gonna die type moment, oh no, kind of thing. And of course he wasn't on Whole Cake Island. Yes, he was on Zoe, had a couple of clashes, but that's really all that it is. And now we are currently at Wano, where Zoro's basically just doing what he usually does, fodderizing people, slapping people up, drinking, playing, you know, games and such. But at this current moment in time, it is now the start of the Onigashima Fire Festival and the battle, but we haven't exactly seen what Zoro can do. We know that he has Enma. We've seen what his arm looked like after just basically using Enma, and it's a good thing that Zoro's currently at the level he's at that moment in time, because obviously he's trained now, but at that moment in time he could have had some serious like issues with that sword. Like, whew, it's a good thing he was where he's at. But after he's training, who is going to be the person where we can decide what level Zoro is most likely going to be at after Wano? And that person is none other than King. Yes, me and Tekken both did a huge discussion on the future of the Wano battles, which I'll leave a description down below for you guys to actually check that out, because it was a really awesome video. But yeah, we both said that we think he's going to fight King, and to be fair, it does make sense that it would likely be King, because when you look at it, of course, yeah, he has Jack, he has Queen, but there's just something about King that just gives you that vibe. He's like, yeah, Zoro's the one. Zoro's going to be the guy to take this person on. And of course, there are people that still obviously want to say that Zoro is going to, you know, deal the final blow on Kaido, or he's going to do something to Kaido. Bear in mind, yeah, I don't think obviously he's going to finish the battle. I think people are obviously making that as a joke just to, you know, rile up all the other One Piece fans. We know it's going to be Luffy. But with Zoro, I do generally think he's going to get a hit on Kaido, and no, that does not make him Yonko level. I generally think that after his fight with King, I think he's going to be teetering on the first command level. I don't think he'll be taking at people like Marco just yet, or any of the high ranking people, the people that have experience. Of course, he's not going to be where Rayleigh is, plus the fact that Rayleigh's pretty much past his prime. I'm not saying that he's gotten weaker, but when you saw what Rayleigh could do to Luffy, means, yeah, he could easily do that to Zoro. Of course, Zoro has had training by Dracula Mihawk, and even then, he's still not going to be able to take on the likes of Dracula Mihawk. I mean, I know this was in One Piece Stampede, but I guess you can kind of use it as a, you know, a little bit of a reference. Or if you guys do remember, I'll pretty much go over it. So Fujitora summoned a meteor, Zoro cut it in half, and then the rest of the meteor was still falling down, and then Mihawk practically just slashes it and just cuts it all up into tiny little pieces, and Zoro looks at him like, okay, yeah, I'm still not on his level yet. But anyways, I know that's non-canon, but still, it just goes to show that, you know, Zoro's still a badass, but he's not that badass that we want him to be just yet. So at this current moment in time, because he hasn't taken on King yet, I think he's pushing first command level, not on that level. I think he will have to fight King and, you know, see how he does, because it's not going to be an easy fight. Look, we know that. We know it's not going to be an easy fight for any of them, because when, you know, Queen is most likely going to take on Sanji, Tekken did say most likely Sanji and Frankie, but if we just leave it as Sanji just for this moment in time, it's going to be hard for everyone, because this is the first time that everyone, not just the Straw Hats, but like Trafalgar Law, Eustace Kid, this is the first time that they're coming up against two Yonkos, not one, but two. There's also Big Mum there. We haven't yet seen the Big Mum pirates, but pretty much we're gathering that they're there somewhere, lurking, wherever. And also depends if Katakuri shows up, and also if Blackbeard and that show up as well. But anyways, that's for something different. Anyway, but with Zoro, this is not exactly going to be a walk in the park for him. Okay, yes, he's going to have Enma, but he's not really put Enma to the full test yet. He could literally do one swipe and it could damage him. This blade is harsh. He's never, handled something like this before. Okay, yeah, he's been able to do training, and I'm not saying that Zoro hasn't had enough training, because we know what the Straw Hats like. They're dedicated. They know how much this means to Wano itself. Like, the country is literally in peril right now due to Orochi. I mean, heck, Zoro could even fight Orochi for all we know, but I don't think it's most likely going to be Orochi. It's more likely going to be Momonosuke, Kuromasaki, Hiyori, or Okiku, maybe the Scabbards, but I think they're going to have their own little individual battles. Maybe Kanjuro and Kinemon are going to go at it, and there's going to be a few tears from whatever. But yeah, Zoro and King, with their fight, Zoro seems like he's going to probably be able to do quite a bit of damage, and it also depends on how much he's developed his Haki as well, because his arm pretty much shrunk. He looked like pre-time skip Luffy, and I'm not even kidding. Like, his muscles just looked like flimsy. It wasn't really flimsy, but it looked more like, easiest way to explain it, when Piccolo would, get his arm absorbed by Cell. There we go. So when Cell was absorbing the energy out of Piccolo's arm, it practically looked like a stick, and that's kind of pretty much what Zoro's arm looked like. So after all his training, and if he's mastering his Haki, which is most likely, because when you look at Luffy, I did say, is Luffy mastered Gear 4? And he pretty much went into Gear 4 and then back out of Gear 4. So I'm thinking if Luffy's most likely going to do it, Zoro's always been not that far behind Luffy. And Zoro is very, very smart apart from his direction stuff, but that's completely different. But when it comes to fighting, Zoro takes it seriously. We know that. And to be fair, with Zoro and his current strength and the swords that he has and the swords that he's wielding, and now having Enma, it's the fact of how he's going to utilize Enma, should I say. King is obviously not really going to be standing still. There might be times where he's going to be like, clashing with Zoro, but he's most likely going to take to the skies, because that's literally the only thing we've seen King do. We've not really seen him do much. The only thing we saw him do was fly to where Big Mum was, knock a ship off the waterfall, and yeah, that was practically it. So what we've seen only is Zoro just slash a cliff in half. That is it. So Zoro's going to have to get used to some airborne fighting here, because they need to be able to wield Enma in a way where he's going to be able to slash, but then try and see like, okay, how am I going to use my Haki here? Because we know Zoro is very like, okay, I've got my sights on you, this is who I'm going to fight. He's always been that serious type character, which is why we love Zoro. But to be fair, the way that this battle could go, and even after that, is he going to have enough strength to hit Kaido? Because I generally think he's going to do that. I think he will deliver a huge slash on Kaido. It's most likely going to happen, because you need to give it some love. But at the end of the day, Zoro has been practicing, and he knows for a fact that this is a Yonko's crew, not just Kaido's, but also Big Mom's got her crew there as well. So it's going to be hard regardless of like what he's going to do. Maybe there might be, two people going up against King for all we know. Maybe there might be some betrayal that might happen. But Zoro generally is going to need to think about things when using Enma. And he already has. He's probably been trying things like, okay, this might work, that might work. Okay, this is my last resort if things go pear-shaped. But after Wano, after he's defeated King, after everything's all said and done, because we're saying that it's probably going to be going into like Elbaf, into its final phase of like the series in general. So after Wano, yes, I generally do think that he's going to be teetering, like I said, on the first commander level. I think that he'll have gotten used to it, and he's like, okay, yeah, I'm able to stand up here with these people, but at the end of the day, Mihawk is my main goal. Like, obviously, we know that Mihawk is the world's strongest swordsman. That is what he's aiming for. He's not really going to care about titles apart from that one. That's what he wants. But in order to get there, he's got to show pure strength, and he's also got to show, he's got to be able to master the blade. You've got to become one with your blade. We all know that the amount of times you use a blade, the Haki basically causes like a black blade. We know that. It's pretty much simple, unless I've got that wrong, but I'm sure that's 100% correct. That's what it means. The more fights you have, the more battles. It's pretty much like a Saiyan type sword. But anyway, yeah, so Zoro is going to be a formidable foe after this. I think people will suddenly realise, including Mihawk, okay, Zoro is starting to step up. He's getting to the point where he wants to be. He's going to go through a few more fights than we're going to fight, and then most likely Zoro's going to take over and be the world's strongest swordsman, which will then be his goal complete. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how strong Zoro is going to be. I'm looking forward to this fight. It's probably, apart from Luffy and Kaido's fight, this is definitely the fight I'm looking forward to, because I want to see what Enma is like with Zoro. We've pretty much got a little bit of a taste of what Enma was like in the hands of Oden. And Oden was powerful, like really powerful. The guy was literally holding up all the scabbards on his own in a burning cooking pot. Like, he is powerful. So it makes you think, like, where is Zoro going to be? I want to see what Enma and Zoro's relationship is going to be like, because it is going to be, whoo, it is going to be a good one. It is going to be such a fantastic ride to see Zoro and Enma together. I can't wait for Zoro versus King. It is going to be sick. God, One Piece is so hype right now. I'm so excited. It's unreal. But yeah, guys, overall, before I end this video, I generally do think that, yeah, Zoro is going to be first commander level. Anyways, with that being said, I'm going to leave it there. If you guys liked anything that I had to say and you enjoyed this Zoro video, please give me a big fat thumbs up. I greatly appreciate that. Let me know down in the comments below, how strong do you think Zoro is going to be, and how excited are you to see him use Enma in the battle? And make sure to subscribe, because that'd be absolutely amazing. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you guys never ever miss a post, and I will see you guys for the next video. Until then, see ya.